G'day guys, welcome to the feature card of the first round of 2019 Pro Worlds. My name's Tyler and I'm joined once again in the studio by my friend Ray. Say what's up, Ray.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Well, I'd say statistically speaking, for some of them it's probably going well and for some it's going bad, and then most are like, meh, sort of.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Sort of right in the middle.
Yeah, kind of like Paul Macbeth's face in that picture.
Yeah, the other three guys are like, man, this is so exciting. We're on the feature card of the World's Championship. And Paul is like, I'm so ticked that I haven't won this yet. Can we get started, for crying out loud?
Well, we're getting started with a 633-foot par 4 over the water. And the basket's on a dam. And you got to throw over the dam. And then you got to come back up the dam and putt on the basket, which is at the top of the dam.
Right. I feel like we were just listening to a repressed homeschooler, like, reveling in the fact that he gets to say the word damn so many times that a sentence is that accurate.
You got it.
Okay, all right.
So, Manabu Kajiyama. That is a fun name to say. I'm going to say it so many times today. Manabu Kajiyama.
It is fun to say. Manabu's from Japan. He's a little guy, but I mean, that was a great big
careful.
drive. What?
I just know. You're about to say something racist.
I said he's from Japan.
Yeah, but I mean, there was
That's
a tone.
I said where he lives.
You had a tone with it.
If I said you live in Wichita, Kansas, is that like me being racist to
No,
you?
it's different. You called him a little guy for one. Okay,
Well,
and there's a thing. I mean,
he's
that's
a
definitely
little
a
guy.
stereotype with Japanese people, and
Well,
you had a tone. So I'm just saying,
I
just
did not
watch
have
it.
a
Let's just try
tone.
and have a clean round with not a lot of racial slurs like you normally have in your coverage.
I don't.
Okay, so Kevin
I
Jones.
can't believe I had you
drive.
back on.
Wait, what was that?
I said I'm very excited that you've come back on, and we're going to have a ton of fun today. So let's see what happens. Here's Matt Bell. He's sponsored by DGA, and that one's come out very low. A little bit of an air bounce, maybe. See if he ends up OB or not.
Looks like he's gonna. Is that the green flag? I think it's the green flag. It's a little silhouetted, but probably green. We'll find out in a second.
All right, first we're going to watch Kevin. Man, they got to throw those putters so hard to get him up the dam. Seeing he's still not even up there. He's about 20 short. He'll be able to, stick his bum out and try and... He really
What?
is. No, sorry. I mean, he looks a lot like Ricky Wysocki when he does the sort of frog jump putt. Hopefully we see some of those today.
What are you talking about?
Manabu's right there by Kevin. And Matt Bell is on the side of
he didn't go OB.
We must have completely screwed that call
Yeah,
up.
he must have just drifted over the top of the dam and landed on the side of the dam, and now he's approached to the basket, which is at the top of the dam.
Damn.
Dude, seriously.
No, listen.
Language.
You were asking for it, okay? Don't even
No,
tell me that
I was
you
just
weren't
describing the
setting
hole.
that up from the very first
I was
tee
just
shot.
doing commentary.
Paul Macbeth, you see the 3 stripes there on his bum?
Yep.
That's
see 'em.
indicative of how many aces that he's got in his professional career. I think it was actually still 3 the
Yeah, I was
last
gonna
time
say.
he was on a card that we did commentary on.
Yeah, it was
So
3.
unfortunately, he hasn't gotten any aces since then. Maybe we'll see some magic today. Okay, and here you go. See, Kevin.
No, don't make
he
fun
just
of him.
Really gets it out there. I'm sorry. A lot of people in the comments are saying I have like some bum obsession or something.
kinda
just-
weird.
It's just funny to me. Okay, I'm not like obsessed with it. It's just funny. I mean, he gets his glutes like way back out there to give him a little bit of extra power to the basket, and it's great. Kevin Jones makes like every putt he's ever thrown ever. But it is funny to watch from the rear, if you know what I mean.
Unfortunately, I think we all know what you mean. Here's Matt Bell to cap off our star frame. And he's got is he wearing swimming shorts?
I'm not sure if he's right there, but there's 2 schools of thought on whether you wear your togs at a lake course or not. One is, wear them, because you'll probably put a disc in the water and you'll need to get in and get out, and you'll want some fabric, that dries quickly. The second is, don't wear them, because it's admitting to yourself that you're gonna throw in the water.
Yeah. It's like the guys who, if they have a long water shot, they go to their bag, they get the worst disc
get
in their
their
bag,
water
right?
disc.
Because they're
Yeah,
like, if I
right.
lose this disc in the water, it's no big deal. It was my least favorite disc.
Right.
Well, they should have thrown the best disc for the shot, and then they've got less of a chance of actually throwing in the water, right? When you go get your worst disc, it becomes sort of a self-fulfilling, situation, like some real philosophical crap. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, I was with you until you finished it all off with crap. You had this beautifully constructed, you used phrases like self-fulfilling and philosophical, and then you just said crap. And that was self-fulfilling right there. You just kind of crapped
Okay,
the
I
whole
think we get
statement.
it. I'm not a professional commentator, maybe like you, but I am a professional voiceover artist now. With the UDisc commercial that came out.
Yeah, that's
Paul
right.
has
True
smoked a
disc.
roller here,
I'll sit down.
which is better than rolling a smoker,
Got
if
out
you
of
know what I mean.
bounds.
Yeah, that looked really good until the end.
Yeah, which is the most important part for sure.
True.
Kevin Jones is going to do a sidearm, not take the out of bounds into consideration.
Ooh.
Took that tree into consideration pretty hard.
Mm-hmm. He made a deciduous decision.
Wow, you're looking very proud of yourself after that one.
I am. I'm sorry. I am. It's good. It was alliterative and relevant. Wow.
Whoa,
Matt Bell
sit
has
down.
just thrown a 450-foot sidearm 3 inches off the ground the whole way.
Jeez.
That was incredible.
Yeah, if there was like a drain pipe or something that somebody had left on the side of the fairway, he could have thrown all the way through it, the whole way down to the lake without ever touching either one of the sides. That's how much of a laser beam that was, like right off the ground.
There probably wouldn't be a drain pipe just laying on the fairway like that. I mean, this is worlds.
Well, I know. I'm just saying that it was like, just a couple inches high off the ground, like the whole way down the fairway.
Yeah, but you wouldn't drain stuff into a lake either. I mean, if it was coming off the bottom of the lake and draining out from the lake, that's one thing. But
Well, it's just an
draining into a
example.
lake, that's like pollution. I mean, you can't drain anything into a lake unless
Well, sure,
unless
you
it's
can.
like, well, yeah, I
If
guess
you have more
yeah,
lake.
If it's more lake,
Yeah,
if it's
like
more lake, then yeah, it's
lake
fine.
water
So
going
that
into
totally
the lake,
could work actually.
sort of like a spillway situation.
Glad we got that figured out.
Paul Macbeth is trying to get up and down to save his par.
Mm-hmm. Looks a little left.
It's headed towards the lake.
More lake.
I don't see an out of bounds
Twice on the
graphic.
same hole.
He might have gotten saved right there.
Ah.
Late call on the
Again.
out of bounds graphic, but yeah, he's gone out of bounds twice now. He's going to be feeling pretty bad about that.
Did you know that Matt Bell was the 2016 World Putting Champion?
Mm-hmm. I absolutely do. I mean, who do you think he took down in the final round to gain that title?
Ricky Wysocki.
No, it was this guy.
Yeah, right.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
The final round, Matt Bell and I were tied going into it. We each had one putt left. Mine was from about 25 feet, and I actually pulled a hammy.
Wow.
In my warm-up routine, I tore my hamstring.
No way.
And I was unable to putt with my regular hand, so I had to use my offhand. And, we were putting on disc catchers, which don't always live up to their name, if you know what I mean.
What do you
Sure,
mean?
I hit like the outside chain, with the inside of my putter or whatever, but it should have stayed.
Totally.
Would have stayed on a mock X, for sure.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So what happened?
So Matt won. I mean, he had a 25-footer, and he stepped up and made it. Probably a little less glamorously than I would have. I wasn't watching. I was rolling on the ground crying at the time. But, I think about that, and he was the world putting champion. He has that title. And I'm glad I didn't win.
What?
Now, hear me out. So, listen, he's the world putting champion now, right? So that means that any round he plays, whether it's in a tournament or just a friendly round with some mates, if he ever misses a putt ever, some joker's going to look at him and say, "Hey, Matt, I thought you were the..." Sorry,
What is that?
Sorry, I can't do accents.
What was that voice?
They're going to look at him and say, "Hey, mate, I thought you were the world putting champion. What's the deal?
Right.
I thought you were good at this."
Yeah.
And they're going to think that's the first time he's ever heard it. And that would get so
So
flipping
annoying. Yeah, it would get old.
Yeah, exactly. So annoying. All day, every day. Glad I didn't win. Glad that's off my chest. He can have it. You know what? He can have the trophy and all the money and the fame and whatever and the sponsorships. He landed a big sponsorship deal after that with DGA. And he can have it. It's all his. I don't want
it's
it.
a big hassle.
I'm content being here with you right now, watching Manabu Kajiyama drive on hole 3. Well, that sucked. Sorry.
You were so sincere. Just like we all expected that to just be some beautiful moment.
Right.
He squared up the tree. Wow, so Kevin squared up the tree, Manabu squared up the tree, and Paul has thrown it long. Let's see if world putting champion Matt Bell can actually do something good here.
Yeah, so Matt's taken the hyzer line. It's a much tighter route. Oh, wow. But he just played it perfectly. And you don't have to be a world putting champion to make that putt right there. And see, that's the type of inane comment that he probably gets all the time from his friends. I'm going to try to not make very many of those today.
Thank you. We all appreciate that. Manaboo's got a big hyzer putt lined up. This is the type of line that, even if it's complete garbage, people are always impressed, like, ooh, wow, how close is that?
Yeah, right. Oh, okay, here we go. Can you put in like a spring sound effect when he does this big jump right here?
Yep, I gotcha. What the? It's a spring.
Oh, like a bouncy spring.
I don't know, dude. It's the first thing that came up. I had like literally 2.5 seconds to put. Let me see if I can find what you want.
All right, here goes pole. A little low.
I got it.
Yes,
That's
thank
the
you.
one.
That's exactly the one I wanted you to play the first time, but now it's too flipping late.
We have so many.
Quit playing sound effects. You made it sound like I just sweared there. I said flipping. No, stop it.
I'm just exploring our
Keep
catalog.
the spring one, though. Keep the spring one because we're going to need that one later on if Kevin putts again, which I'm sure he will.
Okay, so after hole 3, wow, that was a long zoom. They really want us to see that basket, I guess. Okay, after hole 3, we got a couple red squares there and a green circle, and then kind of Kevin was blah. But good hole for Matt, and it looks like Kevin's in the lead with 2 down with Matt right on his heels. Okay, so this hole's got a lot of natural OB down the left, and then a lot of man-made OB, or woman-made OB.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah,
let's
don't
let's
discriminate.
not discriminate. It could have been either one, and probably was. So human-made OB down the right, and God-made OB down the left.
Right. I like what you're doing with this.
So no matter where you're at on either side of that whole debate, this hole's got something awful for you.
On either side of those debates. See, I counted 3 total in just that one hole preview.
Yeah.
We'll see if Matt can get this in less than 3 strokes. He's got a great line on it, but just too strong. So he's in the God-made OB, or the GMOB, as they say. A G-mob. The H mob. The B, the B mob. No, well, it wouldn't be B mob. Well, you do. Yeah, probably about 50 short. Let's see what Manaboo's got. Oh, this one's headed right.
Mm-hmm.
A little branch kisser right there.
That's H mob.
That's definitely H mob.
Oh,
look
on.
at this roll. Oh,
Come
wow, what a
on.
roll.
Wow.
We just witnessed an act of G to roll that P back in from the H mob.
You heard it here, folks first.
What did
You
we
heard
hear?
it here, folks, first.
That's easy for you to say.
Well, apparently not.
So Paul's gone way too high with the Luna. And, oh, wow, it sneaked through all of those branches and is parked right under the basket. So knowing him, though, I mean, he's been here for a couple of weeks before the tournament practicing. There's a good chance that he knew that exact route, all the way through those branches and could duplicate it, 10 times out of 10.
That's a bold statement. And you heard it here first,
Oh,
folks.
good on you, mate.
Thank you.
Learning
Thank
how
you.
to talk. These co-commentators grow up so fast. Manaboo makes an amazing birdie right there. Paul's going to do the same. Matt and Kevin were forced to lay up. That is a really impressive birdie. It's probably one that I would only get half, 40 to 60% of the time that
Yeah, it
I
sounds
attempted
fair.
it. So it's definitely not a gimme for sure.
Right. Yeah. That's a conservative estimate too.
Well, yeah, I definitely dumbed it down a little bit. I don't want to come across as bragging.
Commercial
All right.
incoming.
Yeah, commercial
Oh, this is the
incoming. You got
Discraft
this one.
I'm Paul Macbeth, yo. PDGA number 27523. Now watch me throw the backhand. Watch me rip this forehand. This company called Discraft is really into me. Gosh dang it. That was so smooth right at the beginning.
Oh, yeah,
and then,
straight far,
just
bro.
If I had a couple more hours to practice, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. No, why are you looking at me like I said maybe?
Mm-hmm.
I said exactly what you said. I'm totally agreeing with you. All right, hole 5 is the infamous scene, where a couple of years back at the Ledgestone Open, you remember Paul Macbeth got a 2 on this hole.
And why is that a big deal?
I'm not positive, actually. It seems like a pretty gettable hole
Right.
at 476 feet. But apparently nobody's ever made the birdie before. Everybody's talking about Paul's 2 on hole 5. So, yeah, must have been the first time. Let's see if he can be the first man to ever do it twice.
That'd be nuts.
Just like he shot 18 under 2 times, and nobody's even done it once. He's about to get another 2 on hole 5 before anybody else ever has.
I believe.
He's gonna do it with style. He's about 70 feet out right there, so he's gonna have to throw it in.
Yeah, I really like that big basket logo on the back of Matt's shirt. I think that's really fun.
Well, yeah, fun for you, but did you hear about the time that Matt stood still for just a little bit too long and somebody, threw a line drive right into his back? They were excited. They thought they had aced it, but actually they subluxated his L3 vertebra and had to go to the hospital. Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't hear
Well, that's
about
because it's fake. It never happened. That's
okay.
a ridiculous story. That'll teach you to believe everything you hear on the internet. It's people like you share fake news on Facebook.
Yes and no. I mean, I totally would do that, but I'm not on Facebook. Kevin Jones is on the line, and it looks like he's going to get called in, so that worked out for him. Matt Bell is trying to get up and down now for 4. That's a sucky drop zone. That is forever away. Jeez.
Yeah, it's very hard.
He does a full rip with a driver, and he's still 45 feet short.
It's one of the only drop zones that if you miss and go B, you actually go farther away from the hole in the tee box to the drop zone. And then if you miss and go B again, there's another drop zone that's about 150 feet behind that one, et cetera, et cetera. And eventually you come back around to the hole on the other side.
That's one of those ridiculous stories again.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just all right.
So Paul missed. Frogman Kevin Jones missed. Manabu is going to lay up on the other side of the hay. And we'll see if Matt Bell can save the impossible par from the impossible drop zone. No, that's why they call it the impossible drop zone. Now Matt's got a possible bogey. Look
That's
at the
double bogey now.
creepy guy trying to grab him and pull him into out of bounds again right behind
And no
him.
wonder he missed.
Geez, Discraft. I mean, bad form. Most people are going to be taking their bogey putts from right there, so let's put our scariest guy right here just to get in their heads.
I wonder how could that benefit their players in any way? I mean, aren't they going to be putting in front of those signs too?
It's a good thought. Let's see if Paul's able to make this putt. I think that'll prove one way or another whether there's a conspiracy going on with the Discraft banners. Yep, conspiracy proven. They are definitely using those banners to help their team score and affect the mental games of the other teams.
That is crazy.
It is 100% verified. We have video evidence. You all saw it. You
all
heard it here first,
folks. In both of the videos that I've done with you, that's definitely my favorite moment so far. In fact, in our whole friendship, that's my favorite moment so far.
Wow.
There's not a lot to choose from.
Yeah, all right. I'd say top 3, but I mean, we haven't had 3 good moments yet. That was only the second one that's ever happened. So we'll look forward to having another one so that we can actually have a top 3. That hole was not one of Matt Bell's top 3 favorite anythings, but we got a brand new hole right here, hole 6. It is a toughie. There's a lot of H to the B. What are we calling it? H-mob. There's a lot of H-mob on the right and on the left, all the way down, and it narrows around these
And the bird feeders.
BFs right here. We got 2 of them. So BFFs down the fairway, H-mob on the left and the right.
It's like a whole different language.
Yeah, it really is, and it's worth learning as well.
Yeah.
It would come in handy, save you a lot of time on the course. Speaking of learning and saving time, I have learned that on holes like this, we are just going to speed up and skip the drives because,
great.
hashtag boring.
Yeah, I was really looking forward to seeing all four of those guys throw a hyzer 350 feet into the middle of the fairway.
Or yeah, I mean that's just it. There's just no way that you can screw that first shot up. If they could add something, maybe like I don't know, some lava or something right off the tee box, just to spice things up a little bit. Heat things up. I guess I should have said.
That sounds gross, but I mean, how would that make their shot any more difficult?
I didn't say larva.
Nice.
Okay, you know what I said. Don't even start.
If you had a castle, would you dig a moat and try and surround it with larva?
No, I'd fill it with champion grooves.
Oh!
Yeah, that's right.
Hey!
I said it.
Shots fired.
Nah, I actually have a champion groove, and it's not half bad.
How bad is it?
It's about 83% bad. Manabu's second shot on this hole was 100% bad. Let's see if he can avoid what 100% of people do, which is overcorrect into the H-mob on the left. But he didn't. There's a reason that the stat is 100% of people who throw out of bounds early on the right throw out of bounds late on the left right after that. And that's because 100% of people do it. Matt Bell thinks he's thrown a nice upshot, but it's out of bounds. He's turned away, so he can't see the flag. That's going to be like incredibly disappointing when he gets down there.
Yeah, that's sad.
It's like if you're a parent, right, and you feel like you did a really good job raising your kid, but then when they're like 16, they go off the rails. They end up killing people or becoming a Democrat or something terrible, and you never saw it coming. You
can't put being a Democrat in the same category with killing people.
Well, I thought nobody liked Democrats in America.
Everybody likes Democrats.
What about Republicans?
Everybody but Republicans likes Democrats.
All right. Well, I'd like to rescind my previous statement. I was not aware of the political landscape in this country.
That's fine.
Nobody likes Justin Bieber, right? We're still
Right.
safe on that one?
Yep, totally safe.
Okay, so it's essentially like Matt's putt grew up and killed Justin
Hey,
Bieber.
I have an awesome idea. Let's not finish that analogy and move on to talking about Manabu's triple bogey or where the scores are at or, just anything else.
Manabu's triple bogey sounds fun.
Okay, yeah, great. Go for it. You can tell us all about it.
Okay, so Manabu got a triple bogey on that hole. Whew, that is a lot of red squares. I feel like I'm looking at the aerial view of an Aztec temple or something. It's like the drone flyover of some structure in South America. Hole 7 is a par 3. It's 84 meters, 275 feet. And a very easy hole if it wasn't for the out of bounds, the trees, and the water. Like if you took all of that away and just had this basket in a football field that was 275 feet or 84 meters away, then it would be probably a lot easier than it is right now.
Yeah. Expert level insight there. Thank you for that. Paul has turned this one to the... Well, no, that's probably about where he wants it. Wow. The crowd is not impressed. Right. Let's see if they can get into Kevin's shot a little bit. That is a nice looking putter
line.
flip up, and yeah,
Not nice enough.
they kind of care about that. Man, what do we have to do to impress them?
We'll see if Matt can whip something. He whipped that down a little low. Then he whipped his body around. He's frustrated. Manabu's also going with the sidearm.
Have we seen Manabu through a sidearm yet today?
I can't recall. I'm not positive. He probably should. Looks like he's got a pretty good one. That one's about 15 feet away for birdie. That's got a very long birdie look. Yeah, now see, that's what I was saying earlier. If the tree wasn't there, it would have been in. I find that a lot of holes would be a lot easier without the trees and the out of bounds and the brush and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, totally. That statement was a complete waste of time. Speaking of, I think these putts will be also. Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Fast forward. No?
Yeah, totally. I thought I'd see
Okay.
what you would do if I let that hang out. The clapping's a funny sound. Sounds like beads rattling together or something.
So Manabu, Paul, and Kevin all had green circles on that one. Manabu's at +1. Paul and Kevin are at -3, and Matt also has a
He's
3.
at 3. Yeah.
Yeah, so Matt, Paul, and Kevin all have 3s on their scorecard, and Manabu has a 1.
I like your appreciation for the drama. You know, that there's nothing separating those 3 competitors besides a mathematical symbol, ladies and gentlemen. It's coming down to the wire, the last 2 holes of our front 9.
So Paul with, a very stately sort of gallop up. It wasn't really a run up. It was more of a prance up. And he's played a giant hyzer over the top right of those trees just to get safely in the middle of the fairway. And he may be playing this one for par. It's a very, very difficult 3. Kevin Jones looks like he's going right up the middle.
That looks perfect. Wow. That was very good.
You know, those drives from Froggo, they're very boring but also very effective. So
Right.
That's actually how my wife described our honeymoon, to a friend.
Wow. Okay.
Which I guess I'm okay with that. Manabu's not okay with that. Oh, well, he is now.
Mm-hmm.
He threw straight at those trees like he was mad at them.
Yeah. Have you ever heard that thing, people say trees are 95% air?
I have, yes.
Well, it's super dumb, right? I mean, trees aren't 95% air. If they were, they would all just be floating around. Trees are 100% tree. And now, if you drew an outline of a tree, like take the geometric area that a tree occupies in 3D space, and the gaps between the actual tree and the air would be maybe 95% of the whole, but the tree isn't 95% air.
I think we get it.
It's 100% tree.
Yeah, who made you so mad about
Well, it's just Steve. It's this guy I play with. Named Steve. He always says that when he throws through a tree and gets through it, and I haven't brought it up to him because I'm not afraid how to talk to him about it. He probably won't want to play with me anymore. But
listen, Steve is a real butthead about, math and science and geometry and stuff like that. I've always said that about him.
Yeah.
So you need to just maybe not call him next time you go out, or if he texts you, just say, you're doing something else.
I'm never doing anything else, though.
Well, I don't make something up if it's that big a deal to you, but I mean, I'm just saying maybe just kind of don't hang out with him anymore.
Okay, I hear you, and I really appreciate this.
Well, it's no problem, buddy. I mean, this is what friends are for right here. I mean, what we have right here, this is real.
Yeah.
This is a real relationship between 2 real people.
Right.
And I just want the fans to understand that and to know that, they can have a friendship, as real as what we have with someone too, if they have the right recording equipment and time in the evenings.
I kind of lost you there right at the end, but not as much as I've lost the play on this hole. Everybody's up around the green, so I'd imagine that they've all thrown shots to get here. They probably just didn't, pick up their shots and walk over here, else they'd be disqualified. So we will find out in a second when it comes to the scorecard at the end of this hole what has actually happened. But in the meantime, here's Matt Bell from 20 feet.
Count it.
Nice.
Yeah, Matt's always good for putts like that.
So Matt was pretty close. Matt could have been taking a meter relief from the water. So we'll find out in a second. Paul also looks like he could be taking a meter relief. He could have just gotten super lucky down by the edge of the pond there.
Yeah, Paul's got this one in the bag as well. I can't remember the last time I saw him miss from 20 feet. In fact, if he misses, let's put a bet on it. I'll bet you $50 that he misses. I'll bet you $50 that he... Oh, well, it's already happened. All right. I'll bet you $50 that Manabu makes this one.
No thanks. Mom told me I shouldn't gamble.
Your mother's ugly, but she's very smart about stuff like that.
Thank you. That's kind of you to say. Kevin's tapping in something here. Wow, a birdie. So that must have been an incredible approach shot.
Well, he had an incredible drive. Why is he talking to the pond? He's just sitting there talking while Paul's... Okay. Don't bite your fingernails while Paul's trying to putt there, Froggo. What's everybody? Is there a snake?
Matt.
Oh, there's a mat. There's a mat in the pond. Here. Woo!
Hey! That was great.
That was exciting.
Nice stick work there, Matt. Yeah, absolutely. 1100 rated disc retrieval from Matt Bell. Fantastic 3 by Kevin Jones. Amazing approach shot. You know, the only thing more consistent for Froggo than his cowlick is his approach game. And I've said that every day for the last 6 months.
You have.
Which in most contexts is really bizarre. But in this one right now, it's actually working out.
It works.
Yeah, it's working out great.
So Kevin's got the box with that awesome birdie on hole 8. Let's see what he does here on the bridge hole, the last hole of our front 9 coverage of the feature round of Worlds.
Wow, thanks for all that.
Little, just kind of beginning the letdown, you know, just starting to wrap it up. Let people know that we're not going to be here for much longer, and they should appreciate this while they can.
Yeah, my parents said something similar to me when I was 12. Here goes Paul. He's got a Luna. He's trying to throw it just dead straight. It's lifting, though. That one's going to be just slightly better than Kevin Jones, but neither one of them are going to write letters home to their mums about that.
No, probably not.
Let's see if Manabu can improve on those two, you know, effectively shanks.
Oh, that looks low.
You know, on this hole.
Oh,
absolutely.
Nice.
Parked it. Nice shot, Manabu.
When he throws a really good shot and the crowd all cheers, Manabu! Do you think maybe he ever gets sad, like he mishears him, thinks that maybe they're booing him?
No, I don't. I don't think in a million years that's ever happened to him even once.
Well, you don't have to bring evolution into it. I mean, a simple yes or no.
Would you shut up? I'm trying to watch Froggo putt. I'll get the spring ready.
Oh, right. Okay.
Oh, man. Oh, that is too good. I could watch that all day.
I guess. I mean, I just don't
That
get
would be
it, I
so
suppose.
funny in Australia. I can't believe you don't. I can't believe you're not dying laughing right now.
Well, if Matt can make his putt, then I'm guessing that Paul, Matt, and Manabu are going to be dying laughing at getting the birdie back from Kevin that they just lost to him on the last hole. So let's find out.
I'm sorry.
Quiet.
Yeah, I was laughing during Matt's putt. Just the image of that. Boing.
Well, we're all glad you're happy, but could we get back to
good. So Paul, Manabu, and Matt all got 2s on that hole. Kevin, he got a 3, so we're not even going to show his tap in. And that concludes the front 9. So thanks for tuning in. If you haven't given Disc Golf Comedy a like and a follow, it's just at Disc Golf Comedy on Facebook and Instagram. Make sure you get the bell on so that you can be notified when we put the back 9 up, which will be very soon.
We're going to start working on that now, right?
Yeah, we're going to...
I mean, why not?
We're going to get some peanut M&Ms and milk and get right back at it.
Yep, you heard it here, folks
Folks
first.
first. Peace out, guys.